Hello people, today we are going to talk about Vue Stores. So what is a Vue Store? A store is a place where the information gets saved and all the components have access to it. There are two things that a store needs to have. To be available globally, so that all components have access to it, and to be reactive. So when the data changes in the store, these changes will propagate to every component that uses that particular data. There are many solutions for store out there. Things like Vuex or Pinia or something else that you might find. And all of them are well maintained and they have their own logic and their own way of doing things. But you need to install packages for it. So you need to yet install another package, right, to use a store. But what if you just need a quick way to store some data globally and you don't want to install any other package? You don't want to learn anything else. Well, there's an easy way to do just that. And it doesn't involve installing anything else. Let me show you. So yeah, let's start by creating a new app. If you don't know how to do it, I have a separate video that's gonna show you just that. But anyway, so npm create vite latest, and now the name of the app, which is gonna be my store app. Okay, we're gonna do Vue and no TypeScript this time. Okay, cd my store app npm install. Okay, and we're gonna open it in Storm. Okay, so yeah, that's the Storm. Cool. So right now we got our Vue app in here, and let's do the server npm run there. So there, this is the Vite and the Vite app. Cool. Let's take it back. So we have components, hello world. Not particularly interested in these components. So we're gonna leave it here anyway. Right. So in the template, okay, done. So let's save and make sure we don't have. So let's bring this on. So as you can see, we don't have anything in here. Right. Let's remove the styles, remove everything. And okay, so let's create a counter let's create a counter. Let's create a new component. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have counter component, right? So what I want to do is to do two buttons, okay? That's gonna increase and decrease the counter. And the parent is gonna have a value, just like this. So it's gonna be button plus, button minus, and we're gonna say counter, okay? And I'm gonna do that. And right. So right now it doesn't have anything because it's just a component. We have to bring it into the app. So just gonna do counter. Right. Nice. And we have to import the counter as well. So import counter from count. Yeah. There you are. So we get the two buttons and we get the counter, and now we should get the value. Right. So the value is gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be make another P here and say 0. All right, that's nice. So when we push, when we click plus, we add. When we click minus, we decrease. Okay, that's fine. I have another video when I did the counter, but Okay. So what do we want from here? Because usually, if you want to do it the old way, where you pass data from child components to the parent components, you'll basically need to have like an event listener attached to the child. So whenever they say, for example, they press click, okay, parent listens for that event and does something. Okay. Now we don't want that. What we want actually is to create a global store where the counter state is maintained. Okay. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's say we create another directory and say store, right? Create a new JavaScript file, okay? And we say, I don't know, global store, global store, global store, and we create a store which is a reactive, okay? Which is reactive. So this reactive, import reactive from Vue.js. It's to be from Vue. So reactive, well, we could have imported the ref, okay? Because the ref, for example, is for primary, for primitive values. Why we taking reactive? Because reactive supports objects, okay? So got an object and we say, right, so what we want, counter, counter. And default value is gonna be 0 in this case, okay? All right, so I'm gonna say store, sorry, we have to export, man. Export default store. Thank you. Okay. So we get store from global store.js, right? So import store from store global store.js, which is exactly this one, right? Okay. So we get store dot counter in this case. Okay. So if we go here, we don't have any different, but if we say 1, then here, sure enough, we have 1, of course. Right. So the next step for us is to do to create a method that will increase this, right? So we can either do this in the script right here on click. So what we can do is const increase, and that would be store, like I have to bring this store counter equals store counter +1, or you can just do store counter plus plus if you want. It's just not way of doing it, and it's probably the best way, better way of doing it. Or so this should work if we do it, and we say on click. If we say on click, increase. Okay, that's fine. So we should be able to see the result here. So if we do plus 1, 2, 3, 4, that's fine. And we can also do the decrease. But I would do it in another way. I would create these methods. I would create them in here because it has to do with the counter. So then these methods, we might use them later. So why repeat the code when we can reuse the code? So we can do this. In increment, we can do increment, which is a function. So it has to be like that because it doesn't actually like this, like a constants and anonymous functions. So it should be like this, like a function. Okay, and we can do this counter plus plus. Okay, so that's increment, and say decrement, and this counter minus minus. And then this knows everything about me, right? We go to the counter, we go back to the counter, we remove this one, and we just do store, increase, Storing increment should be okay. Import store from store. Why do I have so much space in here? Right. Store increment. Click store decrement and see if this works. Okay. Right. So plus, minus, everything works as it should. So yeah, that's it. This is everything it has to be. So, I mean, you can create a store because you are not tied to create only one file for all the stores you have. You can create many stores. Just remember to name them accordingly, and yeah, and import them in your components. And that's it. This is how you actually have a global state management without installing anything. Yeah. So thanks for watching.